curled up on my couch with a glass of red wine, going through quarterly reports for the nonprofit I manage. Grant applications, donor metrics, budget reconciliations. It's Thursday evening, the kind of quiet, productive solitude I've learned to appreciate in the 3 years since my divorce. My cat, Miso, is asleep on the armrest, one paw draped over the edge. My phone vibrates against the coffee table. Once, twice. Then it starts ringing. Unknown number. Local area code. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something, instinct, curiosity, boredom, makes me answer. Hello? Heavy breathing. Then crying. Soft, choked sobs that sound like someone's trying to hold it together and failing. Hello? I say again. Who is this? Is this Vanessa? A woman's voice. Young. Shaking. Yes. Who's calling? It's Amber. Amber Chen. I'm married to Derek. The name hits me like cold water. Derek. My ex-husband. The man I divorced 3 years ago after discovering he'd opened credit cards in my name, maxed them out, and blamed me for not understanding how businesses work. I sit up straighter. Okay, hi Amber. I'm sorry to call you. I know this is weird. I know you probably hate me. I don't hate you. I don't know you. Right. Yeah, sorry. She takes a shaky breath. I need to ask you something. About Derek, about your marriage. My pulse quickens. What about it? Did he ever? She trails off. Starts crying again. I wait. Give her space. Miso opens one eye, annoyed by the disruption. Did he ever steal from you? Amber finally asks. Use your credit? Take out loans in your name? I close my laptop slowly. Yes, he did. The crying intensifies. Oh God, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was the problem. I spend the next 20 minutes on the phone with Amber Chen, my ex-husband's new wife, learning that Derek hasn't changed a single pattern in 3 years. She's 26. They've been married for 8 months. She just discovered that Derek opened 3 credit cards in her name without her knowledge. Total balance, $47,000. How did you find out? I ask. I got a call from a collections agency. They said I was 60 days past due on a Capital One card. But I don't have a Capital One card, so I pulled my credit report and... Her voice breaks. There are cards I never applied for, loans I never took out, and they're all maxed out. I know this story. I lived this story. What did Derek say when you confronted him? That I'm overreacting? That he was going to tell me? That it's for business expenses and I'll get paid back with interest? She laughs bitterly. But that's what he always says, right? That's what he told you? Word for word. We stay on the phone for an hour. I tell her everything. How Derek and I met when I was 28, working as an assistant director at a community foundation. How he was charming, ambitious, always talking about his next big venture, a food truck, a consulting business, a tech startup that was definitely going to take off. How I believed him. Supported him. Let him use my good credit to lease equipment, secure business loans, open lines of credit. How the businesses always failed within months. How the debt remained. I found out about the credit cards 2 years into our marriage. I tell Amber. He'd opened 5 cards in my name. Total debt, $63,000. Money I didn't spend. Interest I was legally responsible for. What did you do? Filed for divorce. Filed a police report for identity theft. Spent 2 years rebuilding my credit. I take a sip of wine. Best decision I ever made. Everyone told me he was different now, Amber says quietly. His mom said he'd learned his lesson. His friends said he'd matured. He said you were bitter about the divorce and spread lies about him. Bitter. That word again. I'm not bitter. I'm informed. There's a difference. Flashback. 3 years ago, after I filed for divorce, Derek's family launched a campaign. His mother called me selfish. He made mistakes, but marriage is about forgiveness. You're throwing away your family over money. His sister posted on Facebook. Some people can't handle when their partner is more ambitious than them. Praying for my brother during this difficult time. His friends, our mutual friends, people I'd known for years, slowly stopped inviting me to things. I'd see the photos later. Game nights, dinner parties, weekend trips. Everyone smiling. Everyone moving on, without me. The narrative became, Vanessa couldn't handle Derek's entrepreneurial spirit. Vanessa was controlling. Vanessa broke up a marriage over credit card debt. Not Derek committed identity theft. Derek destroyed his wife's financial security. Derek lied for years. I tried to correct the record once, posted a calm, factual Facebook status explaining that I'd discovered financial fraud, that I'd had to file a police report, that the divorce was about protection, not pettiness. Derek's mother commented, "So sad when people air their dirty laundry publicly. Some of us still believe in handling things with dignity." I deleted the post. Deleted Facebook entirely 2 weeks later. Let them believe what they wanted to believe. Back to present. He told me you made it all up, Amber says, that you filed false police reports because you were jealous of his success. Did the police investigation show up on his background check when you were dating? A pause. We never did a background check. Why would we? His family vouched for him. Of course they did. Amber, the charges were dropped because I couldn't prove he intended to defraud me. We were married, his name was on some of the accounts, and his lawyer argued he thought he had permission. I set down my wine glass. But the debt was real. The damage was real. The pattern is real. What pattern? He finds women with good credit and stable jobs. He's charming and ambitious and full of ideas. He uses their resources, credit, savings, connections, to fund businesses that never work. When the money runs out, he moves on. Silence on the other end. You're not the first woman he's done this to, I say gently. You're just the one who called me. 3 days later, Amber emails me at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. The subject line, evidence. I open it. She's attached screenshots of text messages between Derek and his friend Marcus. Messages dating back 4 months before the wedding. Marcus, how's the credit looking? Derek, good. She's got a 780 score. Already got approved for the Amex. Marcus, business or personal? Derek, does it matter? Marcus, I'm just saying after Vanessa. Derek, Amber's different. She trusts me. And her family has money. I'm set for at least a year. There are more messages. Dozens of them. Derek bragging about how much credit he's accessed. How Amber doesn't check the accounts. How her parents are loaded and might invest in his next venture. Marcus asks at one point, what happens when she finds out? Derek responds, same thing that always happens. I'll be sad, apologetic, promise to do better. If she leaves, she leaves. There's always another one. I read the messages 3 times. My hands are shaking, not with anger. With recognition, this is who Derek is. This is who he's always been. And I spent 5 years of my life believing he'd change. I call Amber at 8 a.m. Where did you get these messages? I ask, his phone. He left it unlocked while he was in the shower. I scrolled through everything. Her voice is flat, exhausted. There are messages about other women, too. Women he dated before me. One of them is named Sophia. He called her his practice round for me. Jesus. I'm meeting with a lawyer tomorrow. Filing for divorce and annulment. Pressing charges for identity theft and fraud. She pauses. But I need your help. What kind of help? I need proof that he's done this before. That there's a pattern. The lawyer said it'll strengthen my case. Another pause. Do you still have documentation? From your divorce? I walk to my filing cabinet. Pull out the folder I've kept for 3 years. Police reports. Credit card statements. Divorce decree. Text messages I screenshot before he deleted them. Yes, I tell her. I have everything. Amber and I become reluctant allies united by shared experience and mutual documentation. She sends me Derek's text messages with Marcus. I send her my police reports and credit statements. Together we build a timeline that spans 6 years and at least 3 women. Sophia Chen, no relation to Amber, different spelling, reaches out when Amber posts in a local women's Facebook group asking if anyone else has been financially abused by Derek Lawson. Sophia's story dated Derek for 2 years. He convinced her to co-sign a business loan for $28,000. The business failed. She's still paying off the loan. She tried to press charges but couldn't afford a lawyer. Then there's Michelle Torres. She doesn't reach out directly, but Amber finds her through Derek's old Facebook photos. Messages her. Gets a response within an hour. Michelle's story. Engaged to Derek 4 years ago. He maxed out her credit cards, emptied her savings account, and disappeared 2 weeks before the wedding. She filed a police report. Nothing came of it. 4 women. Same pattern. Same charm. Same lies. Amber's lawyer, a sharp woman named Patricia Chen, also no relation, reviews everything. "This is good," Patricia says during our conference call. "This establishes pattern and intent. Amber, you have a strong case for fraud, and possibly conspiracy, depending on what Marcus knew and when." "What about the other women?" I ask. "Can they file charges too?" "The statute of limitations has passed for some of them, but they can provide testimony, character witnesses, evidence of pattern behavior." Patricia's voice is crisp, efficient. Derek's defense will be that these were relationship disputes, not crimes. Our job is to prove otherwise. Derek's lawyer sends a cease and desist letter to Amber 3 days later, claims she's harassing his client, demands she stop contacting his former acquaintances, and remove defamatory content from social media. Amber forwards it to Patricia with a single line. "Is he serious?" Patricia responds, "Extremely. It means we're getting to him. Keep documenting everything." The Facebook post happens without my involvement. Michelle Torres, the woman whose engagement ended when Derek disappeared, posts in a local community group. Not the women's support group, the main community page. 23,000 members. The post includes a photo of Derek, smiling, from his current Instagram screenshots of the text, messages between Derek and Marcus, a timeline of his known relationships and financial fraud contact information. For Patricia Chen's law office, the caption reads, "This man has defrauded at least 4 women in our community over the past 6 years. He uses charm and fake business ventures to access credit, savings, and resources, then disappears or moves on when confronted. If you've been affected by Derek Lawson's financial abuse, please contact the attorney listed below. You're not alone. You're not crazy, and you deserve justice." The post goes viral within hours. 3 shares and 200 comments. 47 reactions, mostly angry faces and sad faces. Comments pour in, "I know this guy. He tried to borrow money from me last year. My sister dated him in 2019. He stole her debit card. Isn't he married? Someone should tell his wife. His wife is the one who provided the evidence. She's filing charges. Good for her. Derek's Instagram goes private within 2 hours. His Facebook disappears entirely. His mother posts a frantic message in her own Facebook. My son is being slandered by vindictive women who can't accept that relationships end. Please pray for our family during this attack." The comments on her post are not sympathetic. Your son is a con artist. 4 women with the same story? That's not slander. That's evidence. You raised a thief. She deletes the post, then deletes her entire account. Derek tries to call me. I don't answer. He texts, "You're destroying my life over a misunderstanding. I thought you were better than this." I screenshot the text and send it to Patricia. He tries calling Amber. She's blocked his number, but he messages her on Instagram from a burner account. We can work this out. You don't need lawyers. You don't need Vanessa poisoning your mind. She screenshots it and sends it to Patricia. He shows up at Sophia's workplace, a pharmacy where she works as a technician. Demands to speak with her. She calls security. They escort him out. She files a restraining order. Everything he does makes it worse. Patricia files criminal charges on Amber's behalf. Identity theft, fraud, forgery. The prosecutor's office reviews the evidence and decides to proceed. Derek is arrested 3 weeks after Michelle's Facebook post. Bail set at $50,000. His mother posts it. The arraignment is scheduled for 6 weeks later. 4 months later, Derek takes a plea deal. Pleads guilty to identity theft and fraud. Sentenced to 18 months in county jail, with credit for time served. 5 years probation after release. Court-ordered restitution to Amber. $47,000 plus legal fees. Restitution to me. $63,000 plus interest accumulated over 3 years. The judge orders him to attend financial counseling and substance abuse treatment. Apparently Derek's been using cocaine. That's new. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I just didn't know. There are things you don't see when you're close to someone. Amber and I meet for coffee the day after sentencing. A quiet cafe near the courthouse. She looks different, lighter somehow. Like she set down something heavy. Thank you, she says. For believing me. For helping me. You helped yourself. You're the one who called me. You're the one who gathered evidence. But you listened. When I called you crying at 9 p.m. on a Thursday, you could have hung up. You could have told me to figure it out myself. She stirs her latte. His family said you'd be vindictive, that you'd use this to hurt him. I'm not using anything to hurt him. I'm using everything to protect us. She smiles slightly. Fair. We talk about the other women. Sophia got her restitution too, $28,000 for the business loan she co-signed. Michelle didn't qualify because too much time had passed, but she testified anyway. Said it gave her closure. Do you think he'll actually change? Amber asks. I think about Derek in county jail. About the pattern that's followed him through multiple relationships. About his mother who still believes he's the victim. No, I say honestly. I don't think he'll change. I think he'll get better at hiding it. Amber nods slowly. That's what my therapist said. 6 months later, the restitution payments start. $800 a month from Derek's prison wages and his mother's supplemental contributions. It'll take years to pay off the full amount, but it's something. I use the first payment to take myself to dinner. Somewhere nice, expensive wine, dessert, a celebration of reclaiming what was stolen. Derek's mother tries to reach out once, leaves a voicemail asking if we can move past this and let bygones be bygones. I don't call back. Some people see consequences as punishment. Others see them as lessons. Derek's mother will probably never understand the difference. That's not my problem anymore. Amber texts me occasionally. Updates about her life, her healing, her therapy breakthroughs. Started dating someone new, taking it very slow. Background check completed. Credit frozen. Learned my lesson. I respond, proud of you. That's smart. Learned from the best, she replies. 1 year later, I'm promoted to executive director of the nonprofit. Better pay, more responsibility. The kind of career advancement that happens when you're not spending all your energy managing someone else's chaos. I buy a condo, 1 bedroom, top floor, big windows, space that's entirely mine. My credit score is 791. Fully recovered. Better than it ever was when I was married. Derek is released from jail after 11 months. Good behavior. He moves in with his mother. I know this because Sophia texts me. He's out. Saw him at the grocery store. He tried to talk to me. I walked away. Good. I text back. He looked smaller, she adds, like he'd shrunk. Consequences do that to people. I'm on my couch again. Thursday evening. Glass of wine. Quarterly reports. Miso asleep on the armrest. My phone rings. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail this time. Check the message an hour later. It's a woman I don't know, asking if I'm the Vanessa who was married to Derek Lawson, saying she's been seeing him, saying she found my name in court records, saying she has questions. I listen to the message twice, then I call her back. Her name is Jennifer. She's 31. Been dating Derek for 3 months. He told her he's an entrepreneur recovering from business setbacks caused by vindictive ex-wives. I found the court records today, she says. Identity theft, fraud, restitution orders, and I needed to know if it was real, or if you really were vindictive. It's real, I tell her. All of it. He seems so different now. He says he's changed. He probably seems different because he's still performing. The change happens when you stop being useful. Silence. What should I do? She asks. That's not my decision. But if you're calling me at 9 p.m. on a Thursday, asking if your boyfriend is a con artist, you probably already know the answer. We talk for 30 minutes. I tell her the same things I told Amber, the same patterns, the same red flags, the same advice. Document everything. Freeze your credit. Protect your assets. Trust your instincts. Thank you, Jennifer says finally, for being honest, for not telling me I'm crazy. You're not crazy. You're cautious. There's a difference. Jennifer breaks up with Derek 2 days later. Sends me a text. Done. Blocked. Credit frozen. Thank you. I don't respond with celebration or satisfaction. Just take care of yourself, because that's what this is really about. Not revenge. Not vindication. Not proving to Derek's family that I was right all along. It's about women protecting each other. Sharing information. Breaking patterns. It's about refusing to be silent just because the truth is inconvenient. Derek's mother sends one final message. Facebook Messenger from a new account she created after deleting her old one. You've poisoned everyone against my son. I hope you're happy I read it. Consider responding. Decide against it. Block the account instead. My life is unrecognizable. From the chaos of my marriage, I have savings, investments, a retirement account that's actually growing. I have boundaries, standards, a clear understanding of what I will and won't tolerate. I have peace, the kind that comes from knowing you protected yourself, helped others, and refused to carry someone else's consequences. People ask me sometimes if I'm bitter about the divorce, if I'm angry at Derek, if I wish things had ended differently. I think about the $63,000 I lost, the years of rebuilding my credit, the friends who chose Derek's narrative over my reality. I think about Amber's phone call, about Sophia's testimony, about Michelle's Facebook post, about Jennifer's decision to leave before the pattern repeated. No, I tell them, I'm not bitter. Bitter implies resentment, regret, wishing things were different. I don't wish things were different. I wish I'd seen the truth sooner, but I don't regret protecting myself once I did. There's a quote I keep on my desk. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. I'm indifferent to Derek now. Don't think about him unless someone asks. Don't track his life or his relationships. Don't care if he's thriving or struggling. He's simply not my concern anymore. That's not bitterness, that's freedom. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been called bitter for setting boundaries? Have you ever been labeled vindictive for protecting yourself? Have you ever been the villain in someone else's story just because you refuse to keep their secrets? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you want more stories about recognizing patterns, protecting yourself, and refusing to carry someone else's chaos, hit that subscribe button. Next time, I'll tell you about my former business partner who tried to steal our client list. Spoiler, she didn't realize I'd trademarked everything first. See you then.